Hello and welcome to My Vote Rocks, and today's subject is something that should really resonate with all young people out there because it's about technology and the internet and yes, Facebook, all those sort of things. So obviously this is one of the things that people say is really something that unites young people and is the way that the country is moving. So let's see what people here think about technology and the use of technology and a whole lot more besides. So first of all, let me ask everyone here in this audience, thank you all so much for joining us. Keep your flags ready. Make sure you wave the right flag for the right question. So flags all ready. Are you ready for some unscientific snap polling? Okay, here goes. How many of you are aware of the internet? Okay, all of you. How many of you use the internet every day? All of you. Okay. So we did ask people that question on the Hansa Urban Youth Poll. We said, are you aware of the internet? So 81% said yes, they are aware of the internet. 18% still said no, they are not aware. Do you use the net? 57% said yes, we use the net. 43% said no, we don't. And interestingly, among women, 56% said no, they don't use the internet. This is, of course, a poll in urban areas. So this is the poll in urban areas. So, you know, in rural India, it might even be less than that. So the use of the internet, not as much as it might seem from audiences like this sitting in Delhi television studios. You know, it's not quite there. And then a very interesting further disconnect was seen. When we asked people whether they use the internet, in big towns, 55% said yes, 45% said no, and this is in big towns. Smaller towns, though, 64% said yes, we use the internet. 36% said no. So more people in small towns using the internet. Interesting and somewhat surprising. And the final question, I'm going to get all of you also to weigh in on this. Where do you use the internet? So let me ask all of you out here. How many of you use the internet on a PC, on a computer? Virtually all, not you. Okay. How many of you use it on a mobile phone? So you as well. So is that the real disconnect, that you really use the mobile phone and not a PC?
Or every time we are in the station traveling also, we can connect to the internet. Like PC going home, then only connecting. So mobile is a better option to connect to the internet.
Okay. So interestingly, again, when we put that opinion, ask that question out there, how do you surf the internet? 66% said on my mobile, 32% said desktop, laptop, 2% said tablet. So that's some sense of where the young people are on the internet, and that's a perfect time for me now to introduce the very, very special guest that we have on the show. To start off with, gives me great pleasure to welcome Milind Deora, Minister of State for Communications and Information Technology, leading the charge from the government's point of view. Joining us also from Mumbai, Kunal Kohli, film director, producer, writer. Thanks, Kunal, so much for being with us. Great to have you with us. Sanjeev Narula is joining us right here, a known IT lawyer who can tell us what's happening in all those laws that we keep hearing about. Dhruva Jaishankar sitting right next to me, columnist, fellow of the German Marshall Fund, been doing a lot of work in all of this. And Shreya Singhal sitting out there, who filed the public interest litigation saying that Section 66 is unconstitutional, right? That's what you called it. You said it's unconstitutional. So there you are. So put your hands together for our special guests out here. And let me start by asking all of you. Kunal, first of all, let me ask you. There still obviously are a large number of people who are not connected to the net in India. And even when you look at where people are using it, so it's mobile, and a lot of people still not fully connected to the net. Not as many as we might think in cities like Delhi and Mumbai in TV studios.
I don't think it's a shocking number. I think given that we're in the 50% range of people using the internet, that's still quite an impressive number, especially on mobile phones. So I think we're getting there, and connectivity is improving. So I think it's not such a shockingly bad number, and it's not such a shockingly great number. So it's okay, and it's on par with the economic state of the country, because there's so many other things that people have to worry about than going onto the internet. And anyway, what do most people do on the internet? If you take a poll right now from the young people in the audience, most of it will just be Facebook and Twitter.
Okay, interesting point. That's actually going to lead me to my next question, but let me get the others in here, and then I'm going to ask exactly that question to all these people out here. Dhruva.
India is now the third largest internet concentration of internet users after the United States and China, or rather after China and the United States. it has grown exponentially. When the IT Act in its current incarnation was passed in 2008, I was looking at numbers just before the show. Internet penetration in India was 4.4%. It has more than tripled in the last 5 years. This represents, and mostly mobile. So the changes are taking place very fast, and I think a big concern, something that we all have to think about, is whether the current laws that were drafted in 2008 in the aftermath of the 26/11 tragedy, whether those are still applicable today when a much larger percentage of our population has access to this information.
Okay, laws need to change. You agree with that?
Yeah, the laws are in place. Laws always need a change when the things move up. The penetration of the internet is increasing day by day, and I feel that therefore the system definitely needs a regulation here. We don't want to be in a system which is totally unregulated. There might be advocates of free speech here, but I am moving with caution. I am treading this area with caution, and definitely we need a lot of laws. Improvement, yes,